Westcott and Hort, two names that have stirred up quite the controversy in the world of biblical studies. These two scholars from the 19th century have left an indelible mark on modern biblical translations, and we're not just talking about a few minor tweaks. In their work, Westcott and Hort made some major omissions in the book of John, some of which directly relate to the deity of Jesus Christ. Let's take a moment to set the stage. Foss Westcott and Fenton John Anthony Hort were two British scholars who dedicated their lives to the study and interpretation of the Bible. They were not just casual observers, but meticulous researchers who sought to bring a new level of accuracy and understanding to the Holy Scriptures. Their work became the basis for the English Revised Version, a translation that has been followed closely by nearly all modern translations. But it's not their diligence or their dedication that has caused a stir. It's the omissions. And when we say omissions, we're talking about entire phrases, entire verses that have been left out of their translations. For instance, the phrase "preferred before me" is completely missing from John 1:27. The words "which is in heaven" have vanished from John 3:13. "Should not perish" is nowhere to be found in John 3:15. And the list goes on. These aren't just any phrases, they're phrases that directly relate to the deity of Jesus Christ. They're the kind of phrases that can change the entire meaning of a passage, the entire understanding of a doctrine. And that's why this issue has sparked such heated debate among scholars and students of theology. So why did Westcott and Hort make these omissions? What were their motivations? And more importantly, what impact do these omissions have on our understanding of the Bible and the deity of Jesus Christ? Buckle up, because we're about to dive deep into the heart of this controversy. Let's take a closer look at these omissions and compare them with the original verses. Starting with "preferred before me" from John 1 verse 27, the omission of this phrase alters the emphasis of John the Baptist's testimony about Jesus. The original text underscores Jesus' preeminence, which is lost in the Revised Version. Moving on to "which is in heaven" from John 3 verse 13, its removal may change how we perceive Jesus' omnipresence. The original verse implies Jesus' simultaneous existence in heaven and on earth, a characteristic unique to deity. In the case of "should not perish" from John 3 verse 15, its omission could potentially downplay the severity of not believing in Jesus. The original verse starkly contrasts eternal life with perishing, highlighting the consequence of disbelief. The phrase "the Christ" removed from John 4 verse 42 could change our understanding of Jesus' messianic identity. The original text confirms Jesus as the expected Messiah, a declaration absent in the Revised Version. In John 5 verses 3 to 4, a significant portion of text describing an angel stirring the water of a pool is omitted. This removal could potentially undermine the supernatural elements of the narrative. The phrase "on me" in John 6 verse 47, when removed, could potentially diminish the personal relationship between the believer and Jesus. The original text emphasizes belief in Jesus, not just belief in general. The phrase "that Christ the Son" omitted from John 6 verse 69 could potentially lessen Peter's confession of Jesus as the Christ, the Son of God. This strong affirmation is muted in the Revised Version. The phrase "where the dead was laid" from John 11 verse 41, when removed, could potentially downplay the miracle of Lazarus' resurrection, as it no longer specifies the location of the miracle. The phrase "because I go to the Father" from John 16 verse 16 and "in the world" from John 17 verse 12, when removed, could potentially change the context and meaning of Jesus' farewell discourse. These omissions, as you can see, are not minor. They carry significant weight in our understanding of the deity of Jesus. Now, let's ponder on the impact of these omissions. Westcott and Hort's decisions to omit certain phrases from the book of John are not trivial. These omissions, while seemingly small, have the potential to significantly alter our understanding of Jesus' deity. For instance, phrases such as "preferred before me," "which is in heaven," and "should not perish" not only provide context, but also contribute to the portrayal of Jesus as divine. By omitting these phrases, we risk losing key nuances in the narrative. This matters greatly to those engaged in theological studies and scholars alike. The omissions underscore the importance of careful and thoughtful biblical interpretation. They remind us that every word, every phrase holds weight and significance. It's a testament to the intricacies of biblical study, encouraging us to delve deeper and question more. The omissions made by Westcott and Hort in the Book of John are more than just missing words. They are a reflection of the complexities and controversies that surround biblical interpretation and study.